The Boonta Eve Classic is the pod race that we could see in the Phantom Menace. The race had a total of about 17 participants and was held in commemoration for the holiday Boonta Eve. The event was ran by the Hutt Cartel and was overseen by Jabba the Hutt. While on screen you can see a few pod racers crash, it's also important to note that there are many off-screen crashes as well. So today I'm going to specify who crashed and when they did throughout the race. First, I'm going to start us off with the on-screen appearances, stuff that you definitely got to see in the movie, but it's just a quick refresher. Malhonic was a grad from Hawk. He was the first one you see in the movie to crash. He started in the first row, and he crashed on the first lap due to a collision with Sebulba's pod racer. Rats Tyrell was a male Aline pod racer who was born on the planet Aline Minor. His pod racer crashed due to the fact that his engines were too big to make it through the Laguna Cave. During the crash, he perished. Ironically, his son went on to found the Rats Tyrell Foundation, which attempted to outlaw the sport of pod racing everywhere. Ben Quadraneros was a tomb from the planet Tund. He started in the fifth row of the pod race, but unfortunately he wasn't even able to start, due to the power coupling malfunction in his pod racer. It's also safe to say that he was known as a very cowardly figure, and a very timid being at best. Also, the only race circuit he raced on before the Boonta Eve Classic was the Poofa circuit, which is highly known as the weakest and wimpiest circuits in the whole galaxy. Odie Mandrill was the Urkit from Tatooine. He also started in the fifth row of the pod race, but fortunately he got to start. He was known as a very skilled and highly respected pod racer. Unfortunately, during the start of the second lap, he took a pit stop and his engines blew up due to some faulty pit droids that he had working for him. Mars Guo was a Fui from Fu. He crashed in the second lap due to the cheating tactics of Sebulba. Timito Pagiles was a Vecnoid from Munis Mandal. He crashed on the second lap due to the interference of the Tusken Raiders shooting at his pod racer. In the video game The Phantom Menace for the PlayStation 1, he's known to be more or less of an alcoholic, like spending his time at the bars, and it's even shown that throughout the game, which could lead to a reason why he was able to be hit by the Tusken Raiders. And now for the one that's probably most notable throughout the whole movie is Sebulba. Sebulba was the Doug from Malastare, and he was the fan favorite throughout the whole race, much like most of his other races. He crashed just moments before the end of the third lap and the end of the whole race by colliding with Anakin Skywalker, and Anakin Skywalker pulling off a quick maneuver to make him crash. Although he did crash, Sebulba's legacy does live on, and he's known as the best pod racer to ever live. Now, that's it for all the crashes that we see in the movie. Now let's talk about all the crashes that we don't get to see and happen off-screen. Zelbri was a pod racer during the Boonta Eve Classic. We literally don't know anything about him. All we know is that it was a he, no species or no origin of homeworld, and we also know that he crashed on the first lap and was sabotaged by Sebulba. Neva Key was an Examster from the planet Zagobah. His pod racer went missing near the end of the second lap, and nobody ever heard from him since. I guess it's safe to assume that he probably died in a crash due to the fact that his cockpit was not only located in front of the engines, but also attached to them, making him a very, very vulnerable opponent. Clegg Holdfast was a male Nazarian pod racer during the Boonta Eve Classic. He crashed on the second lap due to the interference of Sebulba yet again. Sebulba flame-jetted his pod racer, which abruptly caused him to go out in flames and crash into a wall. Although he did not finish the race, after he was done recovering, he used his connections as a journalist to change the official records to show that he finished the Boonta Eve Classic with an astounding time of 30 minutes and finished 7th place. Juan Sandage was a male Devlik from the planet Ord Rondama. He crashed during the third lap of the race, but not before enlisting the help of an assassin named Beto, whose task was to take out Sebulba so Juan can get an open path to victory. Like I said before, he never made it to the finish line because he crashed during the end of the third lap of the race, so Beto didn't even have to take out Sebulba in the first place, not that he was successful at it anyways. Ark Bumpy Rouge was a male Nuknog from the outer rim planet of Sump. He crashed during the third lap of the race when he attempted to pass Sebulba and Anakin Skywalker while they were battling out for first. Unfortunately for him, Sebulba's in-race bodyguard, Dud Bolt, ended up causing a crash between the two that gave them both minor and severe injuries. Thanks for watching this video. If you learned something throughout the video, go ahead and comment what you learned. Then if you want to, you can hit like and subscribe. I've been your host, Martin Orta, and tune in next time where we look at more things in the Star Wars universe that you probably didn't even know.